Can we achieve the Batman superhero physique? That's what we're gonna find out today. I reviewed Superman's physique last week. Today we're gonna compare that to his counterpart, Ben Affleck, when he played Batman. I'm gonna review his workouts, his fitness advice. I'm gonna tell you if I think he's natural or not. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Magnus Liggback, the founder of the Magnus Method, and I'm gonna show you guys the workout I did with Ben Affleck for Justice League. Our goals to build Ben as Batman were to build leg strength, stability. You know, Batman's carrying around this heavy suit all day on set.
See, I like that a lot. Immediately, I like this trainer. Why? Because he's identified the fact that Batman's suit is heavy as fuck. And because of that reason, he needs strong legs. This is something I tell to a lot of my clients. It's no use having a strong upper body if you don't have the legs to support it, because it's totally impractical. Good giveaway of this is if someone's trying to do, let's say, dumbbell bench press, and they can't even fucking farmers carry the dumbbells back over to their bench, their legs are too weak. You need to build a strong foundation to support a big upper body. Wise words from the trainer.
So we needed Ben to have the support he needed to carry that suit. At the same time, build some size. He's a big dude, and obviously there's an element of martial arts in the movie that we also wanted to capture. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna start with a front squat. What I love about the front squat,
I'm slightly disappointed that I don't have Ben Affleck actually doing these workouts. I guess he's too expensive.
it makes your core fire before your leg does, and you have minimum load on the spine.
I'm a big fan of front squats. As someone that suffers from a little bit of knee pain when I do back squatting and a little bit of lower back pain, particularly when you get heavy, front squats are great because you have to have perfect form. Your spine has to be perfectly neutral and upright, and it takes a lot of the pressure off your back and your spine. Great way to train your legs. Again, he touches on core strength, that's true too. I would typically do it with a barbell, purely because when you get heavy, clutching a dumbbell in front of your face is gonna be quite tricky. Most people, if they can squat like 100+ kilos, which is quite light for a squat, will easily be able to front squat like 60 to 80 kilos. That's gonna be too heavy for a dumbbell. So I would typically swap this out for a barbell, but we'll see what he says.
So Hunter's making sure to retract his shoulders, elbows up, and then just sitting down, making sure that his heels are planted. Some resistance on the way down and explosive on the way up. Our next exercise.
Some very good cues there, keeping the knees pointed outwards, making sure they don't cave in. Pushing through your heels is important when you do anything to do with legs. Where you push, and that's sort of like a psychological thing, but where you push through your feet has a big part in which part of your leg's being developed. So I'm about to go and train legs today.
Deadlift. What I love about the deadlift is that it will work your posterior chain and give you a boost of both testosterone and IGF-1, which we need so badly. So Hunter's going to show you here, you shoulder width.
I'm not sure how relevant it is to touch on the fact that doing deadlifts boosts testosterone. It might have a marginal impact. I think the overall development you get from it though, in terms of building the musculature of your back, is good. I like how they're leaning towards compound exercises here. A lot of these trainers and a lot of the workouts we see for these celebrity movies, they focus on weird gimmicky exercises, like the Superman workout I reviewed last week. He was doing frog lunges with kettlebell, which is just something that Superman would never do.
Heart close to the chin, lats on, leaning forward, squatting down, and then he's pushing up, standing up, making sure to lock the hip and lower back. Okay, our next exercise are drop sits, and this is an old kung fu exercise that will build endurance and strength in the legs, and there's a nice little progression you can do here as well. You know, Batman as a martial artist, it was important for us to look towards the martial arts world and take a few of those exercises and integrate them into our plan. That's the progression right there.
See, I like that, a drop set. It's not an exercise I've ever done, to be honest. I have seen people do it. It's not particularly common. Like he says, it's a kung fu based exercise. But the reason why I'm gonna kind of give this goofy ass exercise a pass is because of the reason he said. It is martial arts specific, right? And Batman, as much as people try to ignore this, doesn't have any superpowers, right? He's just a good fighter. He knows martial arts. So things like this, if you were to look at what a realistic, what an actual Batman would do, he'd probably train this way. So I like what this trainer's doing. For you and I, the average person trying to build up their leg strength, you can give this a miss. You don't need to do this. It's much better doing hypertrophy specific leg training exercises. You're gonna get a lot more out of that than this, but considering he's a martial artist, kind of makes sense.
So you squat down and you reach for the wall or the object you're standing against. So our next exercise is a squat to a kick. It's a great move to work the legs and also obliques, hip flexors, and balance. So Hunter's gonna drop down into a squat. He's gonna come up and...
Okay, so we're getting quite a focus on martial arts. Makes sense seeing as Batman. I am struggling to see how this workout would build Batman's physique. The first two exercises, the front squat, yes, that will build your legs. Second one, deadlifts, yes, that will build your legs and your back. But if I can remember correctly, obviously we're gonna get to the natural or not physique analysis in a second. If I can remember correctly, Batman's pretty damn big in this movie. And these exercises are not really gonna be doing shit for that.
Do a beautiful side kick and then drop down into a squat again. That's also working your front switch muscle fibers if you're explosive enough. So you want to go as explosive as possible. So our last exercise today is a lateral hollow rock. So Hunter's gonna come up with his legs and his upper body. He's gonna firmly press his lower back down in the ground, and then he's gonna roll over to a 45-degree angle and lift his leg up. This works your entire core. You're not
okay, some core exercises. Core exercises are very valid, especially like you said, Batman's carrying around a big heavy suit. All in all, I would not really describe this as Ben Affleck's Batman workout. This workout here will not make you look like Batman. It's gonna make you more flexible and stronger in martial arts like position. Yes, it's gonna build up some of your back, some of your legs, but overall, I don't really rate the validity of this workout in terms of it being specific to building a Batman physique. Perhaps it enables you to be Batman through fighting and kung fu moves and stuff, but if you're anything like me, it's a combination of the look and the functionality. This is more of a functionality-based workout. Still very interesting insight. However, now we get onto the meat and potatoes of the video. Let's have a look at Ben Affleck. Okay, so we have here Ben Affleck's Batman physique, and in my initial impression, my overall impressions of this, you could achieve this naturally. Ben Affleck has clearly lifted in the past. He's got some good development throughout his shoulders. He's got a very thick, dense chest. He looks quite lean, but not suspiciously so. If you look up pictures of Ben Affleck from a few years ago, he's always been relatively stocky, quite well built. So to add on a bit of extra muscle, dial back the body fat for a roll, and look like this, relatively achievable. Obviously he's got a great physique. I'm sure a lot of people would class this as like a dream physique, but I'm pleased to tell you that that physique is attainable. Based on a few factors, his previous training history, I've seen Ben Affleck be quite large for quite a long time. His overall physique as Batman, he's well built, he's quite lean, but he doesn't look crazy. And also the knowledge of his trainer. His trainer seems to know what he's doing. The thing to remember with all these Hollywood transformations is, they're not like the average person trying to get in shape, right? A Hollywood studio will pay for absolutely everything he needs to get in a tip-top physique as quickly as possible. So that means nutritionist, top-of-the-line trainer, all the equipment he needs, supplementation. They'll obviously have a follow-me nutritionist. Everything he needs will be absolutely covered. Food will be brought to him. They really dial in everything, almost as though he's on bodybuilding prep. And if you have a baseline level of training and you've been training for a while, you've got some good musculature, if you dial it in like that and have everything laid out for you, you can put on a pretty crazy physique quite quickly. So my overall review of Ben Affleck, I would say that he was definitely natural for Batman. Still a great physique, but nice to see it's actually attainable. I think the whole thing with Batman is that he's just a regular guy that had a bunch of money and now he fights crime, right? Seems like Ben Affleck's staying true to that. If you got some value from this video, I break down celebrity workouts pretty damn often, as well as giving you other fitness advice. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.